anniversary. Bula Fiji.
Distinguished guests, permanent secretaries, representatives of the private sector, students, public servants, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to you all. I'm indeed delighted to be part of the celebrations today to mark our 45th anniversary Fiji Day. I thank you most sincerely for participating in the march this morning in celebration of this special day. This year's celebration marks 45 years of our independence from colonial rule. Celebrations of this kind are always of great importance because they remind a nation of its ability to stand up on its own feet and to create its own unique identity as an independent sovereign state. Every Fijian should be proud of how far we have come as a nation. We may be a tiny speck in the ocean, but as history would tell us, we have opened our hearts to many races who have made our islands their home. We have made our mark on the sporting fields, most recently, as we would all proudly acknowledge, with our gallant rugby heroes who delighted the rugby world by rattling the bigger rugby nations with their well-structured set pieces and general play. We have made our presence felt in world famous on issues that beset us as a small nation and even on behalf of our neighboring islands. And we have, over the decades, made friends with the world through our peacekeeping missions and the expansion of our diplomatic relations with the underlying privilege that we are friends to all and enemy to none. This is the Fiji we celebrate today, and a Fiji I am very proud to call home. I am confident that we are here because we are certainly proud of our nation and what it represents. Central to our independence 45 years ago was the commitment of our leaders to promote harmony, equality, and the right to respect every individual, no matter our differences. The onus is on every Fijian, 45 years on, to continue to pass on this light to our children and indeed to our future generation. Patriotism is important in the lives of youth today because the youth of today will inherit the nation tomorrow. If youth do not become involved in making our nation better, you may not receive a nation worth inheriting. The nation built by today's youth will be the nation you will pass along to your own children. The young people of today must protect, defend, and support our country and working to make our beloved nation even better. Our journey as a nation through these 45 years has not been easy. We have had our fair share of turmoil and troubles, but we are like any other nation. We are far from perfect. We are working through our many challenges and focused on the goals of ensuring that all our people, regardless of who they are and where they come from, are given a fair share of a decent life. This is why the theme, Togetherness in Harmony for a Prosperous Fiji, for this year's 45th anniversary Fiji Day celebration is so relevant. It is a collective call to rise above our differences and to focus on our similarities as we move forward. It is a significant call to our nation and people to be relevant in a world of change. I am reminded of the late and first Prime Minister of Fiji, Ratu Sukamisi Samara's words during his Independence Day speech of 1970 when he said, and I quote, "But we do not only take on responsibility for ourselves, we take it on for each other. We are a community of many races with different cultures, customs, and languages, but the things that unite us far outnumber those on which we differ," unquote. These words have remained true even 45 years later, and are words that we must recall today as we celebrate the important day. We must focus on the things that unite us as Fijians and genuinely desire a strong and harmonious Fiji that is characterized by tolerance, goodwill, and understanding. Today is also a time where we must reflect on our past. Fiji has a rich and proud history from which we should draw our inspiration. We acknowledge men and women who have served our country at all levels of service and have built Fiji for what it is today. Today also must be a day we are inspired by our forefathers, our leaders, our families, and all those who have impacted our lives so that our lives today are better than what it was yesterday. I wish to especially acknowledge our school children and their teachers who have joined us in the celebrations today. I thank you, children, for your willingness to go to school. It is important that you get a good education so that you can contribute positively in your community. And I thank your teachers for your sacrifice and commitment to educating the children of Fiji. I thank our business communities and the private sector for being a significant part of our nation's development and growth. You have proved to be a critical part of the government in its quest to govern for the good of our country. I am aware that a large number of participants in our celebrations today are civil servants, and I thank you most sincerely for the hard work that you do to help the government in its role. No institution operates in isolation, so I must acknowledge too on this special day the valuable contribution of our lawmakers, that is our parliamentarians, and those who interpret the law, our judiciary, all who have helped to shape and mold our beloved nation to what it is today. As we look to the future of our nation, I humbly remind us all that we are responsible for our destiny, and I urge us all to act responsibly and to look out for one another. It is important that we do, because our nation was built on the principles of love and tolerance for others, and it is these that will sustain our beloved Fiji for generations to come. I thank you all for your presence today, and I wish a very happy Fiji Day to you all. May God bless you, and God bless Fiji.